Hey stamping friends, welcome to the Joy of Stamping with Rachel. I'm Rachael Coon and it's our Fun Fold Friday. Today I'm making a fun card using just dies and paper and actually no stamping. Gonna hold while I flip and I'll show you how. Alright, make it this nice and tight and we'll be ready to go. Be sure to comment if you are watching here live today and let me know what you think. And if you have the dies that we're using or if you love the forget-me-not flowers, whatever you want to say, please feel free to say it because one lucky watcher is going to get today's card. Let me go ahead and show you how the card works. It's this cute little pot and we pull on the flowers and we have a great spot to write a little message, or if you want to even just stamp something here. This would make a great Mother's Day card for sure. And I have our little seed packets here because I wanted to show you that these were inspired by the forget-me-not flowers. These are some of my favorite flowers and they're littler and they kind of grow in clusters. And so that was what inspired me for our card today. All right, so like I said, we're not using any stamps, but in fact, I just am using these Pierce Bloom dies. Let me show you them. There's lots of them. I use the smaller ones today. This one here and also that one right there. You can see there's lots of different shapes and sizes and different leaves even, and you can make any type of combo to make in your flower pot. All right, let's go ahead and set that aside and let me show you a couple of things. So there's lots of different versions of this card, different sizes, different ideas you can use. You can even use to dry emboss on here with an embossing folder, just lots of different variations. Today's card is actually inspired by Julie Davison, and she had posted about, oh my goodness, a couple years ago how to make this one, and this was one of my favorites that I saw. So what we're going to do is start off with a piece of crumb cake. It's going to measure at 3.5 by 9, and we have it scored at two places. We have a 3.5 and at 7. I then have taken it through my die cutting machine and I have made this fun little scalloped edge. This is actually a new die that'll be coming out in just about a week and a half with a new catalog. If you don't have this die and want to make this card sooner, use either a scallop punch or anything else you might have that gives a nice edge to it. You could even leave it straight and either corner just the edges as well. All right. So once we get to this point, you are going to need to make a template. So my template looks like this. It's a piece of 3.5 by 3.5 piece of paper that I've gone on the 1.5, just half an inch in on this side and half an inch in on that side. And I've marked it with my pencil and then I cut it at an angle in my trimmer. Let me go ahead and show you how I do that. And you can just use any scrap or color for this part when you're making your template, and then just write template on it after you have it ready. Okay, so that's a 3.5 by 3.5. And what we're going to do is grab our pencil and we're going to put it in here and we're going to mark it on the bottom at the 1/2 inch mark on both sides. So we'll go to this side and do the same thing, just like that. Then we're going to take it to our paper trimmer and we're going to put it one corner here and the top of this corner on the cutting line. Okay, we'll close this down and just shimmy it a little bit. There we go. And hold it on both sides as a shake. There we go. There's one side there. And we'll do the same thing to the other side. This way you can reuse this template over and over again and get really nice cuts every time. Just like that. There we go. That's our pot shape made pretty easily. All right. So once we have that shape ready to go, you're going to grab that pot that we've created already. Going to open up your flap and put this right over it. We're going to line it up to that score line underneath it and have our edges meet at the top. And then we're just going to take our paper snips and cut through both layers at the same time. And just like this. And you just need to hold it there in place. If you're a little bit nervous, you could use a little bit of easy remove adhesive with it, or like a post-it note to help you keep it down. But I'm just kind of holding it there, and it's working just fine. All right, and there we go. Now we have a super cute pot card, and it opens up there on the bottom. Let me grab my bone folder real quick so we can get this nice and down on that score line. For the next part, you're going to grab your ribbon. I'm using this Just Jade gingham ribbon, which is really pretty, and I don't even measure it. This one is carrying over to the next catalog, and it's part of a combo pack that has twine with it and a nice white ribbon as well. It's part of the, I think it's called For Every Season Flowers ribbon. So I'm cutting about 2.5 inches from where I am on this side here. And we're just going to tie a knot. This pot does not need any adhesive to make the pot itself. For the flowers, we will use them. And for the insert, we'll use it. But the pot does not need any adhesive, which is pretty fun. This ribbon here is what's going to keep it all together. A cute knot, and then just cut off your ends. There we go. Be sure to comment if you want today's card before we're done making it. All right, the next part we have for this card are these 2 inside pieces. These are just 2 1/4 by, let's make sure, by 4 1/4, and then 2 1/2 by 4 1/2, just to make that nice layer. You could stamp on this if you wanted to, or leave it as is. I'm going to go ahead and leave mine as is, so it could be used for multiple things. But this is where you will write inside of your card before you send it out. All right, just place that on there. Next, we need to work on our flowers. I've cut out in Pacific Point, so it's a really pretty blue, 5 different of these flowers, and we need to put our centers on. So all I'm going to do is just put a little dab of glue in each center and attach it. And I'm using a Daffodil Delight as my color, which is a really pretty yellow. You notice all Stampin' Up! Colors kind of have fun names because there's multiple shades of colors. I wouldn't want to say just light yellow or dark yellow. We have very specific names, and they're super fun with their alliteration, the Daffodil Delight. I've also cut out some leaves using the shaded spruce color. I just really like how dark this green is here. It's really pretty. And look at all of this detail though on these leaves. Isn't that fun? Pierced blossoms. All right, next we just need to attach these to our top of our card. But before we do that, we want to make sure we put this part inside so we know where it's going to line up, and it just slides right in. I like that. And also, I like to have my flowers curl a little bit. So if you want yours to curl too, just take your bone folder and flip it upside down and go around each of your flowers. If you don't have a bone folder, you could always use like a pencil, and that would help you curl it as well, just kind of to wrap it like that. Just gives it a little bit of dimension there. These are the forget-me-not, not the forget-me flowers. These are so fun. I used to have them in my Ohio flower bed, and they would come back every year. I love them. I did get some seeds. I'm hoping to plant some more here in California. This would also make a really fun teacher card with a fun saying like, thanks for helping me grow. Teacher Appreciation Week is coming up here in May, so that's another fun one to look for. All right, so I like to use glue dots. So I'm going to take a glue dot and just attach it to my flower here on the back. Maybe, there we go. And then set it on top of here, just like that. I'm going to do my outsides first. And if I had bigger flowers, I'd probably only do 3. Since these are smaller, I'm doing the 5. If you're doing them, make sure you put some glue on the bottom for where you want it to attach. So maybe right there for that one. Attach this one over here. Just kind of put all these fun layers. And lastly, the one in the middle. For my demo card here, I put the black matte dots in there on the middles. I think we're going to change it and try our pearls today. But before we do that, let's go ahead and add our leaves too. I can kind of see it still looks a little bit different, and it just needs those leaves to help kind of even it out, right? Let me grab a couple more glue dots, and let's attach those. And you're just going to put the glue dot to the back of the leaf and sneak it in. One right there. And we'll do one more on this side. Can help fill in that color in that spot. And one more in the center, top, middle. There we go. Just like that. Perfect. All right. So let's just grab our basic pearls. And we will change up the color of these ones just by doing a different embellishment for the center. For these ones, you will want to use the smaller version though. We have the small, medium, and large for these pearls. And if you have nails, you can easily grab them. If not, you can use tweezers or the take a pick tool. Or some people even like to use their scissors and they can help grab them that way. It takes me longer sometimes to use tools than it does for my fingers, so I will just go ahead and grab them and place them on there. And we'll have to decide which we like better, the white centers or these black ones. All right, so that's basically it. We have those cards together. You see how that turned out? I love it. And that we'll just pull out to make our own one. This one looks like I stuck on there. You see that? That's kind of a fun oops, right? I almost like that. Should I leave it or fix it? We're going to leave it. So when I pull it out, it has a cute little one attached to it. Oh, how fun. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching today. And I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.